What's the craziest rumor that you have ever heard about yourself?
Context. I've always been a lonely guy. Not a lot of friends. But I do a lot of things by myself. At some point I was bullied by some classmates because I never went to parties. I was never invited. I never had a girlfriend. I was unattractive, not the cool kid. And because I was strange. I have Asperger's. In 2019 I was in a pretty dark period of my life. And this girl I didn't know about hit me up. For a reason or another she said that she loved me a lot. I decided to hang out with her a bit, and we were together for 3 months. Keep in mind that we never had any sexual intercourse during this relationship. I know it is short. She broke up with me and this is when I learned everything. She never loved me actually. She was a close friend to one of my classmates that bullied me a lot, and they all made up to. Get ready. Drumroll. Accuse me of rape. Got this lie go around and everybody knew about it. A lot of people believed in it. As I was the strange kid. Fast forward end of 2019. Went to a psychiatric hospital for a week because I tried to kill myself. For the people that read, thank you so much for listening to me. It had to get off my chest. I am not affected by this thing anymore. I now have a girlfriend that actually loves me, and knows how my brain works. Smiley face. TLDR. Got wrongly accused of rape by a beep.
The strangest rumor being circulated, during college years, was that I had the biggest organ in town. Actually, it was true, except it was referring to a musical instrument.
It's not a rumor, but everyone I meet thinks I smoke pot. I've never done any drugs at all, I just look like a stoner, I guess.
I was told I was dead. Apparently I had committed suicide in my bathroom about 4 months ago. My silly ass just forgot to stay dead.
I had a girl I was seeing when I was 15 who totally ghosted me out of nowhere. I moved to another city for a year and when I came back, guys who had been my friends before were stalking me around the school with a baseball bat. It turns out the girl had told everybody I had raped her.
I got a panicked call from an old friend concerned about me. I was very confused. She told me, Pat, told her I'd been caught doing cocaine in the gross bathroom at the club and told my friend I was an addict. I've never done cocaine, it's not my thing, no shame, and if I would I wouldn't do anything off that gross counter. Mostly we didn't understand why Pat told her this. Later we heard Pat had added another club regular, Jay, to the doing cocaine in the bathroom story. Jay and I laughed about it, and I said wait, if we did coke together I'd rather do it off your breasts than that counter. So we decided that was a better story, and if Pat was going to make up rumors she could do better. Years later someone told me they had heard that I had been caught doing cocaine off Jay's breasts in the club and I laughed so hard. I improved my own rumor.
I lived in a small town overseas and worked on a small military base. There were only a couple thousand Americans, so most of us knew each other, at least by sight. I lost a lot of weight by walking around town and eating right. I wasn't a fitness nut by any means, but everyone had seen me walking around town because everyone else had cars. One day, the rumor was that on the weekend, I was leading a hike up a good-sized hill. I don't know how that rumor started. I hadn't walked up that hill before. But so many people asked me about my hike, I had no choice but to organize one. I was also a people pleaser. So I led 8 people up a hill in Germany, and then we all got ice cream. One of the weirdest experiences in my life.
I was in high school when Columbine happened. At my 10-year reunion I found out that the reason people stopped bullying me as much wasn't because they grew up, but because they were afraid of me. There was a list going around of who was most likely to do the same thing at my school. I was on top of the list.
That I punched a girl in the face in high school. I'm a guy. What really happened is I was at a friend's house party, his ex-girlfriend was there being a real beep to him. At one point she started getting in his face and grabbed him. I foolishly intervened and pulled her off of him. She told her friends I hit her. Next thing you know, word is around I clocked this girl. I later got into a fight that night with some other kid, punched a street sign out of anger after it went down. This led to me fracturing a bone in my hand, important for later. So I walked to school on Monday like always, except this time when I cut through the trail I see about a dozen guys running at me. One of them is the girl's boyfriend. They knocked me down and I curled into a ball, while they kicked and punched me. Thankfully it didn't go on for long, I didn't move until they were gone. After that I went home, ended up going to the clinic to get checked out. I honestly can't even remember how I explained my injuries to my parents. This was about 20 years ago. Anyway, turns out these guys had broken one of my ribs, and his is where I found out I fractured my wrist as well. So they put a wrist brace on me and send me home. I go to school the next day, and everyone is silent and staring at me all day. I looked like shit and had my wrist brace, so I think they thought those dudes broke my arm. I had a few guys tell me when my wrist healed they were gonna fight me, but luckily by the time I was healed the entire thing was forgotten.
I worked at Target during my senior year of high school. While working after school one day, a middle manager approached me and we had a conversation somewhat like this. Why don't you work days? Me. Because I'm in high school. No, you're not. Me. Pretty sure I am. I'm 17. No, you're 30 and have 3 kids. You need to start working days. Me. No, still in high school. If you need me to work days, I guess I quit. That's how I learned there was a rumor that I was twice my age and had 3 imaginary children.
That I have a huge penis. If any of you hadn't heard this rumor, please feel free to go ahead and spread it.
When I got to high school, there was a guy a year ahead of me with my same last name. We were the only 2 people in the school with that last name, and we just happened to have the same hair color and skin tone. Naturally, everyone thought we were siblings. The thing is, I was a huge dork, and was bullied quite a lot in late grade school and junior high. But, I am a headbanger and my brother also just so happened to be one. Except he dressed like a badass, had a beard-ish, and long hair, wore torn-up jeans, it was the 90s, and added metal greaves to his jungle boots. Everyone was terrified of him. So the rumor of us being siblings saved me from getting bullied for the duration of high school. Unfortunately, I got back in contact with him some years ago on FB, and he's a total white supremacist beep.
That I was sleeping with the male staff at the Home Depot I was working at. Small town Alberta, only black girl in the whole workplace. Everyone wanted to think that I was some kind of seductress. If you saw the people I worked with, masturbation was the better option in the middle of the store, than beep any of them.
When I was a kid, my beloved cat died. Kids at school made up a story that I cooked him to death in the oven, then threw him in a pond in my neighborhood. That beep made me so sad.
That I was gay, my sister was my lover and we had adopted a baby. Truth. After our mother died, my sister moved in to give me support, and I wanted to help raise my nephew, godchild, since his father wanted no part. FYI, we had lived in the same community for 30 years.
That I was gay just because I was really close to a friend.
Everyone in high school thought I was with a new boy every weekend. In reality, I stayed home with strict parents and had my first boyfriend at 19.
At the last store I worked at, there were several about me. My favorite that I was homophobic. I am actually bisexual. One of the people spreading all those rumors about me being homophobic was flamboyantly gay, which I really could care less. Anyway, I finally got tired of the rumors, confronted the gay dude. I said, "It's pretty hard to be homophobic when you've had dick in your mouth. I am bi." His jaw dropped and said he had clue.
Instead of spending 6 months as an exchange student in Australia, at 16 I was actually off having a baby and giving it up for adoption. Not that it should matter, but I was a virgin.
I came out in college as gay, 1977. The rumor was that I did it to get laid by women. And, to be fair, I confirmed my gayness many times with satisfied women, which only reinforced the rumor. So I got to be openly gay and a ladies' man at the same time.
99% of people forget I even exist, so thankfully I never had to deal with rumors about me being spread.
That I was gay, while I had a girlfriend.
That I have herpes. I was a virgin.
May your day be filled with joy and happiness. And please remember to subscribe to Upvote for the best quality content every day.